Hey guys, welcome back to Release the Craftin. Priscilla here with an unboxing of this Paletteful Packs subscription box. I'm really excited to get into this. So excited that I just basically said I'm not doing anything else until I open this. I have so much stuff to do, but it doesn't matter because we're doing this first because I am dying to know what is inside, and I hope that you guys are as excited as I am to get into here. So this is an art box subscription. I'm not sponsored. I'm going to put the link to it below if you have more questions and inquiries. I get the premium box, deluxe. I get the big box, and this is directly sponsored by Patreon. This is what I put my Patreon money towards, content for the channel. So I got this box and I'm very excited. If you didn't catch the last one, I'll try to remember to link it down below. Otherwise, just look, it's in the videos. You know how to get there. You know how to use YouTube. It's there. I did another one and I really liked it, and at the end we made a little art thing. So that's my goal today, is to open this up, see what we got, and then make something with the stuff that we got just for funsies. So let's get into it. They use a lot of tape. I was hoping I was just gonna be able to like pop this open with my finger. It's okay. We have sharp things. So much tape. So I don't know like how they decide what goes in here, if there's themes, whatever's, but I'm excited. Get the wormies out of the way. Oh, I'm so excited already. So we got a very generic sticker, but I'm okay with that. Like, I put the other one on my paint bucket. I don't know if I'll put this one on my paint bucket, but it's a sticker. We got it. And then we got some brushes. We got some brushes last time too. How do I get it out? With force. Ugh. And so that was kind of nice. It is helping me rebuild my brush, like my brush supply, because I ruin brushes all the time. Thanks ADHD, because I just leave them in the cup and then I forget that I had a cup of paint and water to begin with. So we got two Robert Simmons brushes. This is a 6. Can you see it? I can't see it. It's a brush. You see it's a paintbrush. And this one's like it's a little flat. A little rounded flat, which is pretty nice. I don't have a brush like this, so that's fun. That's interesting. And then this one is a 1. And it's all smushed. All the brush hairs are smushed. So yeah, that's going to take some conditioning to get those back up there. Somebody was not careful when they put this lid on. That's rude. I don't blame the box people. This was probably a manufacturing thing. This is a level 2. But yeah, that's going to take some work to repair. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me look in the camera and see if you guys can see this. I know the lighting is not the best. It's summer. Yeah, so that's going to take some work to fix, which is a little bit disappointing. You know, like I would like a pristine brush when I open a box. I don't even want to put this back on because it's a travesty. And then we got this 1264 Fabriano watercolor cold press paper. This is 140 pound or 300 GSM. Ooh, and it's a block. I don't have an art block, like a watercolor block. Oh, it's not a watercolor block. I was about to be really excited because like when it's a block, it's glued on all sides, which then you don't have to like worry about it like lifting when you're painting. And then you just take a palette knife and open it up to get your pages apart. Still, it's a really nice little sketchbook of like paper. It's a very crunchy textural paper too, so I like that. That's what's like, hot press paper is a lot smoother than cold press. And I think all I have are hot press paper, so yeah, this is pretty nice. This is a very nice pad. It's a really good weight. It's a really good thickness. So I'm excited for that. I'm just reading it now. I need to stop. But yeah, that's a nice little size too. I don't have anything like this size. Like, I could cut paper this size, but I don't have a little pad of paper this size. And then the last thing we got is dusty. That's from the Wormies, that's fine. Is this Earth Colors watercolor set. And it looks like a full-size set, so let's crack that open and see admittedly, it's not that many things. So I'm gonna hope that the value is present when I look up the thing. They don't include a card in their boxes, which is fine because it saves on like cost. You know, like I'd rather not be paying extra money for them to add a printed piece of paper that I'm not gonna save forever and ever, unless I had like a cool print or something on it. But you have to like go to your email and see the insert that you would have gotten. Let's see. This is a cool bumpy container. And it's a little paint palette. That's pretty nifty. And then we got some little tubeses. This is QOR. Modern watercolors. And I guess this is their color range, which is pretty fancy. It looks like there's a lot of granulation in their watercolors, which is very nice. That's like one of my favorite things. And we got the earth tones. So what colors did we get? We got Venetian red, transparent brown oxide, Naples yellow, sap green, indigo, and raw umber. And give me a sec and we'll swatch them out. Okay, so some of them were super pressurized in those tubes, so can confirm the tubes were very, very full. As you can see, the red came for me and it was a little bit shocking, but we're all right. I survived. I managed to get it all over my fingers. It's still on there, but we survived the experience. So I did just want to state, if you hear noise in the background, it's my printer. Ignore it. It's noisy for no reason. It just really likes the attention. So what should we do? Maybe like a little abstract thingamabom? Yeah? Should I? No, I'll just do it live. Why am I worried about it? What color first? I should have put these in a way I could see all the colors so I could tell you. Let's do Naples yellow first. So let's see. It's not the most pigmented swatch. Well, that's too much pigments now. But it's okay. Contaminate my water. I don't know if I like this brush. I don't have a brush like it, so we'll see. Okay. So it is a very nice watercolor, that's for sure. It does pick up really well. This is becoming more of a painting and less of a squash, or a swatch. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I was thinking about how I'm doing a wash while swatching, so it's like a swatch wash. Yeah, so this is really nice. Like, this is a really nice quality color. You see, like, the way the color pools? I really like that. And then this one is the sap green. So let's pick up some of that. And we'll just add it in for fun. Yeah, I love when colors mix. It's like my favorite. This paper is super texturized. Like, I don't think I've ever worked on paper this texturized before. It's definitely interesting. I really like the blooms. It has a really great, like, paint pickup, so the water really is reactive to it. Just add a bunch of greenish water here for the next spot. Didn't I have a paper towel? Oh, I moved it all the way over here. Alright, and then this is the indigo. This is a really pretty color. Look at that. It's so beautiful. This is what it actually sounds like when I'm painting stuff, guys. That's why I always do voiceovers. Because I'm just talking to myself mostly, but this is also kind of fun. I know that you guys like to see, like, chattier process videos. But then I get really self-conscious, and so I don't do them, but here we are. Making this unboxing video very long. Look at that. That's awesome. Dingy that up a bit. I do kind of like the idea of making this side like the super watered side. And surprisingly, we're not getting that much bowing from the paper, even though it's not a block. We are getting some, but not super amounts of bowing, so that's nice. And then what's next? What's this one? I'm gonna run out of room, that's what's gonna happen. Transparent brown oxide. Ooh. So these colors are really pretty. I can get that to mix up a little bit. We'll see how they mix into each other. This one's almost dry. That dried really quickly. Maybe I'll switch it up. We'll do this side as the super wet side. Let's see. What's next? We'll do this one. This explosive Venetian red, I think it's called? Yes. You have paper. Okay. It didn't believe me, but it got it. Yes. I love paint, guys. It's just, it can't be beat. This is a really pretty color red. I really like this. But I will say, like, for the sake of transparencies, to be perfectly transparent, I don't think I would have spent the $45 I think this box is, to get 6 tubes of paint, 2 paintbrushes, and a watercolor paper pad. I don't think I would have spent that in the store. Like, if you were like, oh, hey, pick out something, I would not have picked this out. I would have tried to maximize that. But, you know, it is what it is. It's more for the experience than, like, anything. And like I said, I'll check the email after this and see if the perceived value is here. Like, if the value is here. But, like, the perceived value is not that high. I'll say that. Because I wouldn't have spent this much money on just watercolor paint. Oh, this is the, whatchamacallit, raw umber. But, I mean, these might be a really high quality paint. I don't know yet, because I don't know the brand. But then, like, considering that the last time we got, like, fabric paint, that was a weird thing to get. Like, you know, a high quality art supply is not such a bad thing. This, like, raw umber really mixes into that Venetian red, like, super well. That's really pretty. It's also very rainbow. Yes, love it. Okay. So, I'm gonna let this dry and then think about maybe a way to turn this into more than a swatch while it's drying. And then I'll come back and tell you what the value of the box is. Yeah? Sounds good. Okay. So it took me a couple of minutes to figure out what I wanted to do, and then I started doing it, and then remembered that I was showing you guys what I was doing, and then was like, oh, shit. Oh, well. What's done is done. So this is my very derpy sketch of an owl, because I was trying to think of what would go with, like, earth tones, and only creatures of air came to mind. So here we are. So I have a very basic, like, preliminary sketch of an owl. I have a Posca pen. I might pull out some of my other pens just to see how they work on this particular type of paper. And I will say that while I was waiting for this to dry, I went back and hit that, like, super compressed pile of pigment blob of yellow that I had here and spread it out the rest of the way, just so that I had a, like, two both sides kind of deal. And we're just gonna ink this guy up and see what happens. Ooh, this is my thick pen. I don't know if I really like this idea. Maybe I'll just do some of the stronger lines in this. Yeah? Yeah. Just commit to it, like, right? Like. But now I gotta find my fine liner. And my desk is a mess. Which wouldn't be such a big deal except you're filming. Okay. Angry owl eye accomplished. Can we do the same for the next one? This one's gotta be like feathers. That's the only hard part about doing birds close up is feathers. And then I think we can give him a little bit of a swoosh. Just some character swooshes. I really like owls because, one, they're my best friend's favorite animal, but also they're just like angry sky cats. They're just cats. I don't even know why I added angry like it's a qualifier. They're just sky cats. And I really like that. And let's do like a multi-part eye shine here. So the Posca goes on really well, which is nice. I was a little bit worried about the texture of the paper having sort of a negative type influence. I need a little suggestion of underbeak. But it doesn't interfere with that at all. It goes over really well. Although I am sad to cover up some of this, like, color, like, blending, because that's really nice. What else? Little ear parts. Have some darker parts. I think it's okay if we keep it pretty rough. It doesn't have to be, like, super perfect, because the sketch is not super perfect. Also, I haven't really drawn owls before, so, you know, we're just gonna go with it and keep it pretty loose, I think. This way we don't rage quit. Because I do that a lot with my art. I don't know about you guys, but I do that, and then I have to come back and, like, talk myself into coming back to it, because I'm just being my own harshest critic. And then I end up usually liking what I figure out at the end there, but, like, I gotta walk away, come back, vent to nobody but my cats in particular. It's frustrating when you want stuff to work out a certain way, and it doesn't. Maybe I should start with the ear first. Start with the ear. I think I like the looser look. This isn't really their ears, because owl ears are, like, in the side of their heads. This is just the horns of the horned owl, and they're just, like, extra little, like, feathery flappers that help them pick up more sounds. The more you know. Need some shapeses, right? Okay, this is coming together. I was a little concerned that my drawing skills were not adequate for this, but I don't know why I doubted myself so much. I don't like it how this is coming out. Let's give them some little feathery patches there. Little patterns. This side needs some feathers. Or maybe I don't need my fine liner after all. Yeah, I think we'll stick with this size. I like this size. I was going to try my other pens and get, like, super creative, but I think I'm just really enjoying what I got going on here. Should probably be more rounded, because owls are kind of round. You ever seen, like, when they, like, bathe owls, or they, like, smush down their feathers? There's, like, a little tiny bird body underneath this huge mass of feathers. And that's wild to me. Because they're just like little rage pillows. Like, why do you look so angry? What for, bro? But then I kind of get it. Like, there's people in your forest, and I don't like it when it's too people-y either. Yeah. You thought I forgot that part? I didn't. I kind of did. I don't know why I'm lying. And then, let's see. This one kind of goes... I have an owl reference photo that I'm using here, so... Because I don't know what these guys look like off the top of my head. I'm not, like, built like that, guys. I'm the kind of person who needs a photo reference. And that's okay. Okay. I think I'm cool to just wing it. Just wanted to make sure I got the general, like, direction and shapes right. But the pattern is crazy on owls, so I don't think I can replicate that. But we're gonna do our best to give it something owl reminiscent. Owl adjacent. And I think as long as it doesn't come out looking like the Wish brand of owls, then we're okay. Also, can we talk about how, like, Wish brand anything has become, like, the standard for really cheap shit? Like, really cheap, like, off-looking, off-brand stuff? Because that's hilarious to me. How that just became, like, some bit of, like, normal cultural slang. Like, to the point where we call people, like, the Wish brand, whatever. Okay, am I ready to commit to this? These are kind of fuzzier than I initially drew them, so I need to be mindful of that, I guess. Oh yeah, this works. That gets the feathery nature across, right? If there's any tips you want to add in while I go to town here, just shout them out. I will hear them, I promise. That was a really good suggestion, thank you. I drew this other line in here to, like, try to capture the shape of the owl head and then, like, the back feathers, but I don't think I need that. So remind me to erase that. And then we're just gonna shoop. Oh yeah, I like that. That, like, one crazy feather. And then maybe we'll give them some, like, ones that are coming out here. Yeah. Need some more crazy, like, old man ears, right? I'll make these a little bit bigger. Okay, now I'm just getting ridiculous. A little texture face, and then we gotta fix this part here. I avoided this. But this part is also feathery. I love that. We'll dial it back a bit. There's supposed to be some feathers like going underneath the eyes a bit. Do I have the confidence for this? It's like going this way. Okay. I don't know if this is the most interesting bit of content for you guys, but like, here we are. I didn't have the confidence for that. We'll fix it. They're like little tiny mustachios. Mustachios. It's very interesting. When in doubt, overdraw. Okay. Alright, so learned a little bit here. Learned a little bit. Should be a little bit more confident making my strokes, otherwise I'm going to regret it and then have to overdraw to compensate, which is not my favorite state to be in. But that's okay, because this is just a swatch for funds and not like a final product that I'm gonna like hang on my wall or something. But we learned. And he looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. I'm not mad at him for being like a little rough sketcheroo that I'm doing in like 20-ish minutes. Not too shabby. He looks extra angry now, though. Definitely extra angry. And before I forget, because I don't know if you guys can see this line, but I can see this line, and it offends me. Get rid of some of our extra pencil marks here. And I think I'm gonna add in that white. I wasn't sure before, but so this is my explodey pen. Wish me luck. Give them a little bit of extra sparkles. Okay, that's an owl, right? And that's my review. And then I told you guys I was going to tell you the prices for everything. So I went and looked while we were away, and apparently this paint palette, the QOR, is called Core. So like I should have seen that coming because I knew I was saying it wrong, even though it was big Q, little O, big R. Like I knew I was saying it wrong. So it's called Core, and they're especially special because they use the same binder that archivalists use in their paints and restoration paints. So it's a very fancy binder that allows for more pigment to be loaded, which is why 6 tubes of paint are $44.29. Again, I wouldn't pay that because I'm not made of money like that, but I did pay that, right? Like basically I paid that. But if I had a choice, I wouldn't have chosen that. But I do really love the colors. These are some really, really nice watercolors. Like the blooms are great. The textures are great. They mix really well. Like this is really pretty. This is my favorite part right here. And of course I put the fucking owl right smack dab on top of my favorite part to cover up most of my favorite part. But that's fine. It's not like I can't recreate this effect. This is also part of my favorites. Here, the way this blended is really great. So the paint quality is there. Like I'm not mad at it. It's definitely $44 worth of paint quality. I just personally wouldn't have. Like the perceived value was so off for me for this box because I literally got paint, paper, and a paintbrush, and that's it. But the quality of the paint is definitely there. This paint pad is $6.55, and this Filbert, proper name Filbert paintbrush, is $21.95, which again I would not have. I buy Crayola paintbrushes, so like I wouldn't have, but somebody else might really appreciate having a nice high quality brush. But I'm a brush ruiner, so I don't appreciate high quality brushes for that reason. But it is a nice paintbrush. I did come around to it. I know I said I didn't like it at first, but by the time I got down here I started liking it, so it was fine. And then I did manage to repair some of the damage, not all of the damage, to this paintbrush, which was $9.65, considering that it came all jankety-rankety. Not my favorite thing. So that comes out to about, I didn't do the math beforehand, so I'm just gonna do it with my brain, which is not functioning at its highest level right now, so I don't know why I would opt for that. But it comes out to 44 and 6 is 50, 21 is 71, $80 and change, like $82 in value for a $45 box. So the value is there because this is some high quality stuff. The perceived value is not, and that's disappointing. But I decided I wasn't going to be like super harsh on this box. I'm going to give it 3 boxes. So we've got the first one already. This is the second one. So 1 more box, and then I'll decide if I want to keep this box or try a different art box. I think I'll try another one and then come back to this one if I end up liking this one the best. But I wanted to just share this with you guys. So I hope that this was like an interesting experience. I will definitely put these paints to use. They're in the color palette that I'm currently working in because I'm doing fall stuff. So like, you'll see these paints again. They're definitely going to come through. I love the paint. And I like this paper pad. This is a really nice little size. So I'm going to think about that. And it didn't warp too bad even on the pad without like anything holding it down. Just like a little insider tip. I'm going to do this afterwards when I'm like confident that I'm not going to get this re-wetted. But if you spray the back of your paper and let it dry, it will dry flat or flatter if it warps like this, because like what happens is when you put watercolor like on the front, you're wetting the fibers on the front, and that's why the buckling happens, because the back is not wet. So you can actually wet the back and then like start painting on the front, and it'll prevent that to begin with. But if you're trying to like re-smooth it, just wet the back and then dry that part, and it'll help you get a more even finish to your thing. I might just keep this in the book though, because it's kind of cute here. But yeah, that's it guys. I'm just rambling now about art stuff because that's what I do. If you liked this box, if you liked what we made here, let me know in the comments below. What was your opinion on this box? Would you spend $45 on this box? Let me know. Maybe I'm just being like a super harsh critic because I'm like a super cheap person who will buy as like will try to maximize everything for their dollar, and this doesn't feel like the dollars were maximized, but I could just be like super critical for no reason. But let me know what you think, and let me know what you thought of our painting exploration here. Did you enjoy this process? Did you enjoy listening to me talk about it? I don't know if you guys enjoyed this kind of format. I did a voiceover last time. I did this format this time. We'll just see how it goes and what your guys' opinions are. And now I'm definitely leaving, I promise. Thank you for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, again, I appreciate your faces, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Until then, happy crafting. Bye!